So, hi everyone, and welcome to another Sunday, fun day of reviews with me, Sarah of Horror. And in today's episode, as promised, we will continue with Tales from the Crypt episodes number 3 and 4 from the first season, and then I will be talking about a feature horror film, and then also about Monsters of Film Festival. Yes. Tales from the Crypt, season 1, episode 3. It's called Dig That Cat, His Real Gone. It's directed by Richard Donner. It's starring John Cassier, Joe Pantoliano, Robert Wool, and Kathleen York. So in this one, we have this character called Ulrich, and he goes through he agrees to go through a special procedure for some money that makes him resurrect from the dead. I'm sorry, if you hear anything, it's my cat Abby, yeah. But as I said, this man, Ulrich, whenever he dies, he can resurrect himself. So of course you want to take advantage of that. So this one, it's a very fun concept, especially when you kind of understand the desperation that Ulrich's character is going through and why he agrees to go through this procedure. Yes, that become. And then finding out like why he doesn't die, or he dies, but why he resurrects. So I do think it's a very fun concept, and it's very interesting enough that it kind of hooks me from the beginning, because we kind of see Ulrich talking. He's laying like inside of a coffin, and he's talking and walking us back to how he ended up there, basically. So there are people who, takes advantage of the fact that he resurrects, and he finds a very specific job for this that requires this. And that is also one of this episode's strengths. The deaths get very creative. So that is just really fun to see him kind of die in different types of ways. Yeah, and then also because at points I was like, but maybe this time he just doesn't wake up, and maybe he do die. So there's always like that possibility, that little bit of tension and thrill. So yeah, that was a working concept, and it's just a fun episode. In my opinion, of course, I like the ending, the turn that the story took, but also once again it was kind of a logical turn. A logical thing happened where you're like, it might probably end up like this, because it would make sense. Yeah, so how many times would I die for this episode? I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. A 7 out of 10 for the third episode, which is still pretty good, but I don't think it's as strong as the first 2 episodes, but let's keep going. Okay, Tales from the Crypt, episode 4, season 1. It's called Only Sin Deep. So the director is Howard Deutsch, starring John Cassier, Leah Thompson, Britt Leach, Brett Cullen, and Pamela Di Bella. So in this one, we have the street worker. Her name is Sylvia, played by Leah Thompson. And, she just wants to get rich. She wants to end up in where the socialites are, like where the millionaires are, rich people. She wants to be there instead of where she is. And she will do anything that it takes to get there, including giving up her beauty. Seen this one probably a lot more than the other episodes, so I was very familiar with this when I was rewatching it, and I do like this episode a lot. It is quite simple, just in the story, in the execution, but it's a fun story, and I do like Leah Thompson in this one. I also like her voice; it's quite deep, which I think is fitting for her, and also just the way she acts, because I've seen her in other things and where she's playing someone totally opposite, so it was fun to see her in this kind of part. I do like the scenes where she is at this pawn shop. That is where this kind of significant special trade happens, and Yeah, because you could kind of sense that there is something fishy going on right away in that pawn shop. Uh, and also the story kind of comes back to that later, which I really liked as well. I do also like that these episodes, most of them, they have some sort of points, some sort of, morale, or, don't be too greedy, or if something is too good to be true, it probably is, and things like that. And I kind of like that. It's not like overly kind of preachy, but it still gives you something to think about. And I do like the ending. I thought it was very good, actually. Especially the little one thing that happens right at the very, very end. And also when Leah Thompson's, or Sylvia's friend, Pamela, she kind of says, she has this line that comes back, and I kind of like that. It was a nice little touch at the end. And of course, Crypt Keeper is good in both episodes as usual. Just love watching his intros and outros. It's so charming. Oh, what will only Sin Deep get from me? I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. Yeah. So an 8 out of 10 to Only Sin Deep. Very good, very strong episode in my opinion, and I enjoy watching it every time I see it. Yes, let's move on to the main feature. This whole week, the Monsters of Film Festival has been going on. So I will be talking about one of the movies that I actually watched today at the final day of the festival, which is dum, da, da, dum, The Killer Goldfish. Yeah, you heard me correctly. A goldfish. So what he means there is that, like, a goldfish that kills people? What? Yeah. So The Killer Goldfish, it's from 2024. It's directed by Yukihiko Tsutsumi. It's starring Erika Oka, Yoshinari Takahashi, and Yosuke Kubozuka. And also, this movie is very hard to find online. Like, Monster Film has posted some info about it. You can't even find it on IMDb. Monster Film couldn't even find if it had premiered on other festivals. So it could be a world premiere or close to that. But yeah, it was very difficult to finding a lot of information about this. So I don't really remember the characters' names, unfortunately. I rarely do. I always have it written down for every film. But since I couldn't go on IMDb and do that, then I don't have their characters' names, just their persons who actually play them. So sorry for that. In The Killer Goldfish, we have this discovery of a 50,000-year-old human fossil. They discovered it in the mountains of Japan, and after that, people start dying in violent manners, and at each crime scene, people are finding these squished up goldfishes and bowls, like fish bowls. So some special unit in the police department gets assigned to this case, led by Erika Oka, and she kind of comes to the conclusion that someone, probably who is psychic, is using these goldfishes to kill people. And she's out to get that person. With a name and with the synopsis, like, I was expecting something crazy, like over the top. And of course, from this director, I was also expecting something over the top. So, and a funny film. Concept is really funny. I found the film to be very funny in places, but it was also kind of serious in places. So I do agree that the vibe and tone kind of changed during the film in different places. So sometimes it was kind of hard to pinpoint the exact vibe and tone that the film was intended to have. But still, it's a funny film. I laughed a lot, especially when the goldfish were killing people. That was very fun, very creative, very cleverly made. But I do wish that there had been more of the goldfish killings being shown, because after like 2/3 of the film, it felt like they kind of forgot about the goldfishes, focused on something else and didn't show the goldfishes until a way later. And I don't know, I don't feel like we got that really cool goldfish kill that I was after. Just some bizarre over the top thing of maybe a killer goldfish be just getting gigantic and just freaking eats a head or something. That would have been amazing to watch. I do think that the film was a bit lacking for that, or maybe it's just my sick twisted mind just craving weird goldfish kills. But that's me. If it had included more of the goldfish kills and just focused more on the goldfish towards the third act as well, throughout the third act, then I think this movie will probably have gotten higher grade. But it's still a very entertaining and fun film. The dialogue is really fun. The character of Erika Oka, very funny. I really liked her character. Like, I wanted just to watch her every minute. She was fun to watch. And her character did these kind of quirky things without even speaking. Just, there was like signs that were pointing and she was like pointing with them. And it had really comedic effects. Very humorous. So yeah, I enjoyed her character a lot. And a lot of the other characters in this film was also very quirky. Plus they had like a TV show in this film that kind of related to everything. So there was like a red thread throughout the entire film, which I really liked. But as I said, the tone kind of felt kind of all over the place sometimes, and it felt like they focused on different and new things. So a lot of things kind of got forgotten at points. But still, this is a memorable film. They had a lot of fun details and also a lot of fun this cinematography, the scenery, the angles, the use of angles, how they cut to different types of angles within the same shot, which looked very interesting. I was very impressed by the camera work, by the handiwork. If you ever come across watching The Killer Goldfish, then do yourselves a favor and please watch it, because I had a lot of fun watching it. So how many goldfish, or how many goldfishes, how many goldfish will this movie get from me? I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. Yeah. So 7 out of 10 to The Killer Goldfish, still a pretty solid rating. As I said, it could have been much, much higher. But yeah, I had fun. But yeah, let's move on to talking about the festival itself, because last week I think I talked about my film Bunny Manslaughter having its world premiere at this festival, and it did yesterday at midnight, or time here in Sweden. And I was so super happy. I had been looking forward to this the entire week, preparing myself, hyping myself up, trying to get people to show up at the screening. And that is why Butler here is wearing the OG Bunnyman mask in the film today. And yesterday I took the Butler with the mask and the overall to the cinema. So I was decorating the foyer, the front of the cinema, with Butler and some posters that we have in the film. And it was just really a magical day. Yeah, so I know I have had a busy week. So I am sorry for not like replying or returning messages, as I've been just super busy. I will, get everything done in the upcoming week. But it was amazing. We ate at Monster Chicken. I was also the jury for the short film package at the festival. I was deciding who would win, and we did. The short film, the winner, super good. But yeah, we ate at Monster Chicken. I actually ordered the spiciest chicken of the menu, and it was spicy. It was very spicy, but I liked it. And then also I tried the second spiciest dish, which was more sweet. It was spicy but more sweet, so I really liked that one as well. The portions were big. I was so full, but I ate with a lot of my best friends and closest friends. We had a fun time. We had a few beers, few drinks. It was good. And then we went back to the cinema. As I said, I was decorating, saying hi to everyone. Then we went to the bar that is actually in the building where the cinema is, had some more beer, met up with a few more friends that came by to support the film. And yeah, and then we just had a great time. And then the movie started a little bit later than midnight, but we had like a presentation. So the people that could make it from the film, both behind and in front of the camera, did a little presentation, and that was fun. And then after the film, me and Anders, we actually held a Q&A, and we got to answer some really good questions. So I was super happy with that. And yeah, so I filmed some clips. I was trying to film and take as many pictures as I could, but as I said, I was very busy. But a lot of friends took some pictures, some videos, so I'm very happy that I have this and can show you, of course. But yeah, the screening went great. People were laughing, having a good time, and actually more people came to the screening than I expected, because it's midnight. A lot of people want to sleep, but we do have a very like hardcore genre fan base here at the Monster Film Festival. They do like to show up to late screenings, and they do like to show up to like almost every film, and I appreciate that. That was really fun thing to see, and I had such a great time. I'm still kind of shaking when I think about it, because it's so crazy that I've been working with this film for such a long time, and then it finally had its world premiere yesterday, and now people have actually seen the film, and it's crazy. And yeah, and then the film will also be shown at a film festival in Örebro and in Alingsås. So I will be at the festival in Örebro. I will make like a vlog and things like that, of course, for you to watch. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed my little vlog of the world premiere of Bunny Manslaughter. And if you were there and you're watching this video, thank you so much. I appreciate it a lot. Yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. And please let me know your own thoughts about Tales from the Crypt Season 1, Episode 3 and 4. And also about, maybe if you've seen the Killer Goldfish, but maybe let me know if you want to see the Killer Goldfish. But yeah. And thank you all so much for watching, and don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't, and comment something for the algorithm. And I will see you next Sunday. Bye!